Today, in this video, we are going to study about the techniques involved in Mendel's experiment. In the last video, we have already discussed Mendel and his work, and we have studied that Mendel has collected 7 contrasting characters of the plants and he conducted experiments on it. And today, in this session, we are going to study about how that experiment has been conducted. So, the techniques used by Mendel is nothing but 4 important steps are involved in it. So, it is nothing but a selection, then hybridization, selfing and calculations. So, each and every technique we are going to study in detail now. So, the first one is selection. So, coming to the selection, as we know very well that pea plant is bisexual. So, bisexual means it is having both male and female reproductive organs are present. So, now coming to here, we can see the flower which is containing stamens. So, stamens is nothing but the male reproductive organ which is going to produce pollen grains. It is going to produce pollen grains. And now, as we know that carpel is a female reproductive organ. It consists of egg. So, this carpel, so at the bottom we can say that egg will be present. So, that is nothing but the female gamete. Now, as we have come across that the Mendel selected 7 contrasting characters. So, that is what we are studying here. So, these 7 characters were, that is 7 pairs of characters were pure breeding plants. Whatever the Mendel has selected, all were true breeding or pure breeding plants, we can tell. So, the meaning of this pure breeding means, so now, for example, now imagine now this is a pea plant. This is a pea plant. So, it consists of the flowers which are bisexual. Now, this is a carpel with stigma, style and ovaries present, and it also consists of stamens. So, it is a male part. It consists of stamens. So, in the stamen, we know that it is an anther. Anther produces pollen grains. Now, this is a pea plant. Imagine this pea plant is tall pea plant which can grow tall. But Mendel was not knowing the genes for this tall plant. So, if this tall plant, if it contains capital T, that is a dominant gene, if the plant is having this gene, then the phenotype, that is outer expression of the pea plant is tall. And even if this plant is having capital T and small t, one dominant gene and one recessive gene, then also this plant will look tall. So, now here Mendel want a homozygous condition or pure breeding plants. Pure breeding plants means he wanted the plant with either capital T or he want a plant to produce small t, either tall or dwarf. Now, in this experiment, because he has taken tall plant and he wanted capital T. So, what he can do here is selfing. So, he did selfing. Selfing means you know that self-pollination. Selfing or self-pollination means he collected the pollen grains from the stamen. You know very well that stamen has anthers. This anther will produce pollen grains, male gamete. Now, this pollen grains he deposited on the stigma of the same flower. Now what happened? The fertilization will take place. Now the genes of this pollen grain and the genes present in the egg, it will undergo fusion. Now like this, he continued for several generations. For 6 to 7 generations, he did self-pollination. Once he conducted for so many generations, at last when he collected the seeds from that plant, imagine self-pollination he has done for 7 generations. Later on, he collected, as after fertilization, you know very well that the flower will develop into fruit. So imagine now like this he has done for 6 generations. So after that what happened here is, so here what has happened here is we can find here, so this flower will develop into fruit. Okay, the flower after fertilization, as we know very well that it develops into fruit. So now fruit, inside the fruit it consists of seeds. So after 7 generations, imagine he collected all the seeds. Now after collecting the seeds, once he sowed in the soil, he saw that all plants which were developed from the seeds were tall. Imagine if it is 100 seeds he has collected, all 100 seeds were developed into tall plants. Such type of seeds which are producing only tall plants, then we can say that those plants are nothing but the pure breeding plants. Okay, so this was done by Mendel for all 14 plants whichever he has selected. So next we can find that hybridization. The next concept what he has used is hybridization technique. So what is hybridization means? Crossing of 2 varieties of plants is called hybridization. You might have heard about hybrid plants. So 2 different varieties, it may belong to same species. When a cross is made between both of them, then it is called as hybridization. Imagine now he has selected one tall plant and Mendel has selected one short plant. So tall pea plant and one more is short pea plant. He wanted to cross these 2 things. Now this is a plant. Okay, he wanted to see if the pollen grains of this, imagine now the pollen grains, that is the male gamete he has collected from this dwarf plant. Dwarf means short plant, and then imagine that he started depositing on the stigma of the, so from here pollen grains he has collected from this plant and he started depositing on the stigma of the tall pea plant. Now what happened? This pollen grain has the genes for shortness and the gene present in the egg is having the gene for tallness. So now he wanted to see what will be the result, that is after collecting the seeds, whether the seeds will develop into tall or dwarf. So that is what we can say, those plants, the collected one, we are calling it as a hybrid plants. Okay, so now we are going to see what all the steps involved in this complete hybridization. Okay, the first step involved in hybridization is emasculation. The first step is nothing but emasculation. So emasculation, the definition is very important and very easy also. Removal of stamens. Removal of stamens early in the bud condition. So removal of stamens early in the bud condition is called as emasculation. You can see the picture here, as the pea plant is bisexual in nature. So all these stamens are removed. Why the stamens are removed? Because so to undergo cross pollination, one plant we are selecting as a female plant. Now here we are selecting this plant as a female plant. So this is nothing but what? We are selecting it as a female plant. Now if I am selecting it as a female plant, so the male organ should not be present. If the male stamens are present, it may undergo self-pollination. We do not want self-pollination, we want cross-pollination. So first important thing is, so before the stamens mature, that is in the bud condition itself, we are going to remove all the stamens. So all these stamens, that is even complete anther. So you know that stamens means it consists of at the anterior region, it consists of what we can find, anther is present. Then you can find filament and connective. So in the first year you have studied. So this is nothing but the anther. Okay. And here it is nothing but connective. Anther, connective, and this is filament. So all three are the parts of stamen. All three are the parts of stamen. So now removal of this stamen. Now if the stamens are removed, then the flower is nothing but the female flower. So next we are going to study the next step. It is nothing but bagging. So after removing this anther, it will be covered with a polythene bag or a paper bag. So why it is covered? Because so this female, that is what we can say stigma, upon that it should not get any other pollen grain deposition. Okay, if we leave the flower like that only, means with the air, with the help of air or through insects, what happens, the another pollen grain may fall on the stigma. To avoid it, what we are doing is we are just covering the emasculated flower. Okay, emasculated flower has been covered by the paper bags, that is called as bagging. So all these definitions are very, very important. So next step we are going to study dusting. Now as I already told you that one plant we are keeping it as a female one. So for the female plant, so it is having a stigma. As we know that it consists of stigma is present, style is present, inner side there is a egg will be present inside the ovary. Now for this it requires pollen grain. So as I told you already, this plant you are keeping it as a female plant. Now from the male plant, the pollen grains, they are like a dust like particles. So this pollen grains will be collected with the help of a brush, painting brush. So they are dust like structures. So with the help of painting brush, they are going to collect the pollen grains. Now these pollen grains they have collected from the dwarf flower. In the dwarf plant, dwarf flower will be there. The flower will be there. So from that flower, they have collected the pollen grains with the help of brush and depositing on the stigma of the tall plant flower. Okay, this is called as dusting. So next step we are going to study rebagging. So after dusting, after allowing the pollen grains to settle down on the stigma, again the flower is bagged again. So that is called as rebagging. Again the flower has been covered by a polythene bag or a paper bag. Why? Because contamination should not occur. So whichever pollen grain Mendel has deposited, 100% that pollen grains only should get fertilized the egg. Because of that, what they have done, again after depositing the pollen grain, they have covered the flower. So again they are covering, hence it is called as rebagging. So after this, the next step is nothing but self-pollination in hybrids. So now what happened till now is, so he has deposited the pollen grains of the dwarf short flowers pollen grain he has collected, and he has deposited on the stigma of the tall one. So now what happens? The genes has been mixed. Pollen grain, as I told you, pollen grain is having the genes for tallness, whereas the egg is having the genes for what we can say, pollen grain is having the, as per our example, the pollen grain. I'll draw here the pollen grain, whatever we have collected from the anther, it is of short plant. It is of short plant's pollen grain, and the flower which we are considering here, it is tall plant and it is considered as a female plant. Now what we have done is the short plants, from the short plant flower, pollen grains we are depositing on the tall plant. Okay, so now what has happened here, this has undergone, after the fertilization has taken place, we can find that this flower will develop into, as we know that it develops into, the flower will develop into fruit. The flower will develop into fruit and it produces the seeds. Now 100% we can say that this seed is a hybrid seed, because it is having the genes for tallness as well as for shortness. Now this is a hybrid seed. Okay, so this is a hybrid seed. Now this seed, if you sow it in the soil, this develops into a plant. Now the question here is, what type of plant is developed from this? So now in this case, I'll just draw here little bit in a smaller way. Okay, so now this is a hybrid seed. So if you sow it, this seed later on develops into a plant. Now the question is whether this plant grows tall or short, because both the genes are mixed. What is the result of this? Okay, so after getting a result, he started again and again, he wanted to do self-pollination. Imagine now he got a tall plant. Imagine he got a tall plant. So in his mind there was a question, what happened for the genes of the short plant? Okay, so to know that, what he has done is, so whatever the hybrid plant he got, so again for this, as the flower has developed, he did self-pollination for many generations. So now this is a hybrid plant. Please remember, this is a hybrid plant. For this hybrid plant, what he did, he started doing self-pollination to get certain results. All these results, why he has done self-pollination, I think you have understood. Okay, so still more you will understand further when we do the other examples. Okay, so now here this is called as self-pollination in hybrids. So when he did this, so what type of plants are obtained in first generation and what type of plants has obtained in second generation, he has recorded. So that recording, we are calling it as a calculations. So here he recorded, see, hybrid plant is obtained. Okay, so once the hybrid plant is obtained, again he collected the seeds from it, again he has sowed, again what plants, whether it tall plants are produced or short plants are produced, he started recording everything. Okay, so once he started recording everything, he has just observed. Okay, he has just observed all those things, we can tell, in F1 generation. F1 means filial. F means filial. F-I-L-I-A-L. Filial in Latin, filial we will tell. The meaning of filial is first generation. So in the first generation, whatever he has got, those results, and in the second generation, whatever he has got, all those calculations he has written in this Punnett square. So this type of box, it is called as Punnett square. Okay, he just started recording all those things, calculations and all, he started doing it. So this is what are the techniques which are used by the Mendel. So in the next session, we are going to study about Mendel's laws of inheritance.